Welcome to another Ask Arlington. I'm Jay Warren. Ask Arlington is a show that is dedicated to answering the questions that you have about what's happening here in our city. And on this episode, we are focusing on the Experience Kindness in Our Dream City campaign by the city's Community Relations Commission. Now, the City of Arlington's Kindness Initiative hopes to spread awareness about the importance of kindness around the community by getting residents to think of ways to be kinder and then help others. As a part of that campaign, residents and visitors, stakeholders, businesses, you name it, are encouraged to report random acts of kindness through the city's free mobile app. That's Ask Arlington, or you can also do that on the city's website. And joining me now to answer your questions is Devin Allen. Devin is the chair of our Community Relations Committee. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jay, for the invitation.
And before we get into some of our resident questions, and we got some good ones, I thought we might take an opportunity for you to tell us a little bit about the commission that you're chairing,
Sure.
what its purpose is, and then also how that relates to the Acts of Kindness initiative.
Great. Well, so the Community Relations Commission is a volunteer board or commission of the city. And thankfully, when Mayor Williams was elected, he looked to really make sure that all the boards and commissions truly reflected the diversity of the city in age and gender and professional expertise. And the Community Relations Commission was one of those boards to where the city saw fit to expand the commission. So we are a 15-member commission with members from all over the city geographically, and then it's diverse otherwise. So all of the members wear many hats in the community and are committed to Arlington and wanting to make sure that Arlington really is America's dream city.
Yeah, we love that. I've presented to your group a couple of times that
Yes.
it really is an awesome commission, a great group of people who are rolling up their sleeves to make Arlington a better place,
Yes.
which is awesome. And how does that relate then to the Kindness Initiative?
Sure. Well, shortly after we all became, we first started meeting, the mayor tasked us with helping to identify what would a kindness initiative look like for the city of Arlington. So he pointed to other cities that were brought to his attention: Anaheim, California, St. Louis, Huntington, West Virginia. So we looked at those other cities, but we wanted to be sure to create something that would be very unique to Arlington and that would not be duplicative. So when we looked at all the things that are going on in the city, we saw that there were already so many acts of kindness through programs and corporate give back and all that kind of stuff. And we just said, well, what if we just provided a context or an opportunity for people to report that kindness? So that's where we came up with the Kindness Initiative. Is really just a plan, a context, a promotion opportunity for people to report acts of kindness that have been occurring, but then also with the hope that as people see what acts are occurring in the city, that would encourage them to do more.
Right. It kind of builds on itself.
Yes.
You see someone being kind and you want to be kind as well.
That's right.
Which is awesome. And we do have so many great organizations here in Arlington. The Arlington Tomorrow Foundation. No other city in the country has a foundation like that was set up, and they're giving out money the way they are to benefit our nonprofits. Is a great example of kindness. Mission Arlington, there are a lot out there, aren't there?
There are.
Yeah. Well, let's get to some of our resident questions. As I mentioned, we got some great ones. And our first one comes to us from Terry. He says that's a great idea, so he compliments the idea for the initiative, and then asks, where can I report these acts of kindness? So walk us through how that process works. I know I mentioned it's the app and the website, but kind of what are you looking for in these posts?
Sure. Well, there are a couple different ways that people can report an act of kindness. First is by downloading the Ask Arlington app, which it's a free app that's available in Android and Apple Store on your phone. And with the Ask Arlington app, I mean, it was already in existence and allowed people to report city problem issues, a
code issue.
Code issue,
like
exactly.
Yeah.
But so we added an additional feature where someone can then report an act of kindness. Yeah. So it's pretty simple. And you can include information about yourself if you wish. If not, it can just be in an anonymous post. But we are asking that people would turn on the GPS function of it so that we can see what parts of the city that acts of kindness are being reported from. But that's not a requirement. So at a minimum, you just download the app and then submit your act of kindness.
Right. And it's just a brief description you're looking for there,
That's right. Just a brief description. a great example of an act of kindness was a citizen that lives in Arlington had a pet that unfortunately had a terminal illness. Actually, it wasn't a terminal illness, but it was a pretty significant illness. She did not have the money to pay for the surgery and the medical care, and so her neighbors pulled together to pay for the care for her pet.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it takes, it took me 30 seconds, if even that, to, and that's pretty much all it takes. Is you see if you're a recipient of an act of kindness, or if you observe an act of kindness, just to take that 30 seconds and go to the app and just kind of submit what you saw. And
what I love about it is you can also load a picture in as well if you want to. Can. And then if you look at the map, again, as you mentioned, if you turn the GPS function on with your phone, you can see little pinpoints of all those acts of kindness through our city, and it lights up, which is really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, our next question comes to us from Megan. Megan asks, how can we get more involved in the city's kindness initiative? Obviously, posting would be an example of that. Are there other ways that people can get involved in this?
Yes, there are. I think there are. The most significant way is probably social media. So aside from utilizing the app, which we definitely want people to do.
Or doing the website.
Doing the website, exactly. Which the great thing is that it has the similar interface as the app. So it's all the same. It's all going to the same place. Just a different way to get there. And with social media, utilizing hashtag Arlington Kindness is a great way for us to keep track of the acts of kindness that are going in. And of course, that's where people live, is on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram.
That's how we get our news these days,
That's right. That's right. And the great thing is that you all here at the city and the residents have already done such a great job of making Arlington one of the top communicators in social media. So that's great. This is just another something to communicate.
That's awesome. Well, we're really excited about it. I look forward to seeing it grow and prosper here. And then seeing we already have a kind city, I think, but an even kinder city.
That's right.
Which is great. Well, our last question comes to us it's kind of an overall question from Serena. She wants to know, who do we contact with general questions about Arlington? I have questions all the time and do not know who or how to ask. And so we love the question, by the way. This is a fantastic thing because we like to, again, reinforce how people can communicate with the city. So here's some ways that you can do that, Serena, because you're in luck. We've got lots of them for you. You can message us on Facebook and Twitter. Our handle for both is simply City of Arlington. You'll also find social media pages for specific departments, such as the Arlington Police, Fire, the Library, Parks and Rec, Water Utilities, and Animal Services. You can call our Action Center if you'd like. It is also available to you at 817-459-6777. They are open from 8 to 5 during the week and 7 to 4 on Saturdays. And of course, there's the Ask Arlington app, which is, I think, another great tool. If you download that free to Apple and Android stores, if you've got a problem in your neighborhood, a dilapidated fence, a pothole, a street light that's out, all you have to do is super simple. You can go on there and put your issue in, and it will automatically be routed to the right department to make sure that we get that issue addressed. And while you're there, you can post an act of kindness.
That's right. Yes.
That's awesome. Well, Devin, thank you so much for being here with us and talking about the initiative and for what you're doing for our community. We really appreciate it. And thank you to you at home for sending in those great questions. That will do it for this week's Ask Arlington. Tune in next time when we'll answer more of your questions.